Alright, now that you have Kee Pass downloaded and it is open, the first thing you're going to need to do is open a new file. So you go to the File menu and you go New. Basically what you're doing here is you're creating a new database. And so what I'm going to do, just for the sake of time and space, I'm going to go ahead and put it on my desktop. However, you should probably store this someplace in your libraries, and maybe under documents, or even in your C drive someplace conveniently located for you to find. Wouldn't recommend necessarily storing this database normally on the desktop, but for illustration purposes, that's where we're going to store it today. So just give it a file name. You can name it whatever you like, but for me, I'm just going to name it Kee Pass for now. Then you're going to be prompted with a master password. This could be whatever you'd like it to be. If you really, it's totally up to you, but I recommend that it probably be more than 8 characters, contain a special character as well as numbers. So in this case, I'm just going to put John Doe 45 exclamation point, and that's going to be my master password. Because you notice this button here will hide the password or reveal the password, and throughout Kee Pass, whenever you see that button, that's what it does. So we're going to go ahead and repeat that password, and you notice down here it says Key File Provider. We're going to go ahead and check that, and then we're going to, you can either create a new key file or browse to an existing one. Of course, in this case we're doing new, and let's go ahead and put that key in. You can really place it anywhere, but we're going to place it in music here. Someplace where it's not really expected would probably be good. Kee Pass will then go to work. And what you just need to do is click different random places and move your mouse around on the keypad to generate random bits of information that Kee Pass will use in its encryption file. So as you can see, as I move my mouse, the bits of encryption are adding up down there. And then we're going to click OK. And once we've done that, we can go ahead and click OK. And now Kee Pass is asking us for a little bit of information, such as a database name. You can put whatever name you like in here. I'm going to use Data1, and we're going to click OK. And now what we have is a database established for us to save our various different passwords protected in Kee Pass. Now, as you can see, Kee Pass comes with some general groups here, pre-programmed in. Of course, Kee Pass, you could go ahead and enter stuff here if you wanted, each password individually, or you can put it in a subcategory of general, Windows, network, internet, email, home banking. But you could also create your own password groups as well. And we're going to teach you how to do that in your next lesson. But for now, let's just go into the general category, and we will go ahead and add a new entry. So see this key here with the drop down arrow? You can click on that, and it will allow you to add a new entry. So in this case, we're going to say that this is our Gmail account. So we'll just say Gmail as the title so that we can remember what it is. And then you can choose an icon over here. So since Gmail is email, there may be a nice email icon somewhere in here that we could choose right there. And we can go cancel that, I'm sorry. Close that. You can see that the icon appears. And then we'll just say that our Gmail is johndoe@gmail.com. And the next part is storing our password. Now, if you notice, Kee Pass generated this nice long password for us, which we could use, and it would be very, very secure. But for the average person, you probably are not going to want to have to remember or come back and forth to grab that. So what we'll probably do is we'll just go ahead and delete that out, and also delete out the re-entry, and we'll put in a new password. In this case, we'll just go, it could be whatever you want to put in. Okay, now we can put down here in the URL where we would need this password. So in this case, it would be www.gmail.com, and you can also store any notes that you want to store about this particular password. So maybe you'd say, this is my main email account password. Alright, and if it expired, you could set the expiration date. But basically it's that simple. When you click OK, now that will appear here in the General tab, but you could move it to email because it is an email password simply by dragging and dropping it into the email folder. The next lesson we're going to go over subgroups, and really that's about it in terms of the basic understanding of Kee Pass and what most average individuals use it for. Thank you for taking this time to take the Kee Pass lesson on Mr. Web Professor.